Ooh, it's so catchy. Right? I like it. I'm still going.
Yeah.
You guys, Hard-Headed Comedy is returning. We are back. Welcome.
Woo!
The reboot of Still Standing Monologues. I am your host for this motherfucking Tuesday, Luz Michelle. Yes, we have made some changes. As you can see, the lineup is on the screen with me. My husband's internship was up, so I let him go. We're still married. That's still happening, but he's no longer with the company. Okay. So it's just me tonight. It's just me, and I can do this, right? Woman power. I got this. I'm good. You got to press a lot of fucking buttons, but I got it. Right? How are you guys? How are you? Miss Julia Austin and Miss Gabe Morales, how are you guys?
Doing okay. Hanging in there.
There we are. Yeah, we fucking are. We're still standing. Mm-hmm. Holy shit. Yeah, it's been about 2 months, which was good though. I needed like a mental break, I needed a little reboot. And I find it interesting that you get asked a lot, are you okay? Is everything okay? Like, are you good? Mm-hmm. I feel like we shouldn't even be able to ask each other that question anymore. Right? Right? Like, why are we still asking them? And what are we supposed to say sometimes, right? It's like, I swear, sometimes I just want to be like, not good. I'm not good, motherfucker. I'm not okay. I mean, holy shit, it's been like a year of so much like unpredictability, stress-related change. We're grieving the lives we had. Like it's not like we can talk to anyone about it and be like, so when you guys went through this, like, what'd you do? Like, no, there's no one. Like, the whole fucking world just like shut down. It shut down. That is fucking wild. So with married life, though, I'll tell you that. Married life in a pandemic is something else. It's raw. It's fucking real. Oh, it's real. Oh, it's so real. Because just think about it. Now when you have like friends or family who are getting married, don't you feel like you got to tell them? Like you got to give them the little like, I just want you to make sure this is really the person you want to spend the rest of your life with. Because as we know, there could be a period of time in the relationship where you will be together every day for almost a year. And for half of it, the whole world's going to be shut down. Like, be sure. Right? You have to. Jesus. And me and my husband being together for so many days. In the beginning part, it was nuts. We're Latinos. We're loud. We talk with our hands. We don't want to repeat ourselves. So it comes across just like very aggressive. Right? Like it comes across so aggressive. Right? We'll have hands in the air. It's like it's so animated. And where we live now, we're more country. Like we came from Brooklyn and now like we're way up in like northern New York. So it's quiet out here. It's fucking quiet. Like it's quiet. So I could say anything while we're outside. I could be like, are you hungry? And it goes across the whole town. It's nuts. But the cops haven't been here in 4 months, so I think we're doing okay. We're doing really fucking good. But it's fucking nuts. Oh, man. Also being home with like, whether it's your kids or your partner or the person, your roommate, even a dog or a cat, like after a while, it was so much. Like you start to question the people that you're spending all this time with. Like, I don't know if you guys had that. Like, I had that. Like, I looked at my kids sometimes and I was just like, is this who you are? This is who you are? Because we got to talk about this. I have to address this. I mean, there's a lot of questions. There's a lot of questions. But it's good. We're alive. We're alive. We're waking up every day. But man, I did love in the new year that you didn't see a lot of like New Year's resolutions. Like, remember, they would just be flooded, whether it was like social media or conversations like, oh, my New Year's resolution, my New Year's resolution. It's like, stop it. Just stop. Stop. You didn't do it last year. You didn't do it the year before. It's probably not going to happen. It's not going to happen. Just let it go. Let it go. It's not going to happen. But that felt good. We had some change, right? Some changes happen, right? We have a new president, For me, what I take away from that is I don't feel like I have to watch the news every day now. I was watching the news every day. I was watching it. I was reading it. I was sending friends links. Like, what am I doing for 4 years? So whatever the case may be, I feel like I could walk away, I walk away. I can fucking walk away from it. The Netflix watching has been real, right? A lot of Netflix, a lot of fucking Hulu, a lot of it. Some nights, I swear, I feel like you just scroll, right? You'll get like into like almost like a 40-minute fucking gap of just scrolling, watching trailers, reading reviews. And then you get knowing, you wind up choosing something that you fall asleep like 90 seconds into it. It's terrible. Or you put everything on the wish list like, oh, not tonight, not tonight, not tonight. This is different. I like that I have the sun. My lighting is so well that I have the sun. I feel like it brightens up the energy a little bit. Lose. This is lose. Lose. Oh, man, you guys. But this feels good. It was a good break, though. I did. I enjoyed the break. It was good. You need it. You got to sharpen your tools. You got to sharpen your tools every now and then. You got to do that in relationships. You got to do that with a lot of shit. Like, my husband and I will do couples therapy, like 2 times a year. Brush up your tools. Learn to communicate a little nicer. That's what I like to say. A little nicer. We do strongly believe, though, that, like, we figured out, like, the secret sauce for it to really, really work. So we make cocktails before every session. Every fucking session. Because you get it all out. You don't hold back. That person doesn't even exist in the moment. It's you and the therapist, and you have the floor, and you are going off. I mean, you can hear some shocking shit, but you go off. And it feels good. It feels good. I'm going to welcome Miss Chanel Ali into the room. Yay.
Hi. Welcome to my car.
Nice, girl. I love that. Good for you.
All right, Chanel.
Making it happen no matter what.
We got dual lighting. It's whatever,
Yeah, it is. I think at this point, yeah, it's whatever. This is the way it's going down. This is how it's going to fucking happen. I said that to someone the other day. I'm like, I'm at the point where if I saw something like, I don't know, like a tree or a building collapse, like I'd be like, all right. And just keep on walking, right? Like, so much shit has happened this year. I believe, Julia, you said it earlier. It's like, is it going to make us stronger? Or like, what's going to happen after all this? Like, when all the fucking dust settles, like, now what? Now what? Like, we're just going to be let back loose into the world, and then we're going to be like, okay. What the fuck are we doing? Okay. What are we doing? Well, tonight we're laughing, you guys. That's what we're doing, man. That is what we're doing. We're laughing. We're letting go. If only for one night. If only for one night. Because it might only be one night, you know? Like after this, everything just fall apart again. But we've learned to appreciate, right? Like I feel like I have become way more of an appreciative person. Like I'm not like I don't know, I don't take stuff for granted that I took for granted. Like the littlest fucking thing, like having an hour alone to myself. Like I appreciate that now. I feel like I used to be like, no, I need more time. I need more time. And now I'm like, no, I'll take a minute. I'll take a minute. I'll take it. I'll take it. I cry every day. Every day. That's fine. It's good. It's fucking good. It's good. This is good. This feels good. Where is everybody? I know, Julia, you're in LA.
Mhm.
Gabe, where
I'm
are
in
you?
Harlem. Harlem.
Harlem. And Chanel?
I'm currently on the Lower East Side, so not too far.
There you go. Look at that. So, Julia, what's the temperature by you?
I don't mean to upset you, but it's very nice. It is really nice. I didn't check it today, but I would say it was probably in the 70s.
Nice.
Hmm.
Nice.
I'm actually looking it up now. I'm like, what? It reached 80. It reached
Oh,
80.
wow. It wasn't that cold here. I mean, what? It was 28?
Oh, no.
As long as it's not fucking 14. I don't know. I don't like anything under 75. I really don't. Freezing.
Just a little bit higher than what it is.
Fucking 60s. I'm fucking freezing. I like hot. I need humidity.
No.
All right, you guys. Are you ready? I'm ready. I'm going to grab my seat.
Woo!
I'm going to grab my seat. I am. All right, you guys. It's time. We're going to move the train out of the station and we're going to welcome the next comedian to the stage. So you guys, put your hands together for Miss Julia Austin.
Hello. I do a lot of online shows right now with people on the East Coast, and I feel like ashamed of the weather here. Like I'm just like, close the curtains. Don't let them see. Don't let them see. Like I don't want to upset anybody. Well, this has been a crazy ride for everyone. I think a lot of people learned a lot about themselves during this pandemic. I learned something interesting about myself. So I got the stimulus check, and it was a really emotionally complicated moment in my life because I was obviously very excited to get the money, and it was the first time I learned that I was poor. I didn't know about that before then. I saw that little check come into my account. I was like, nice. Oh, damn it. Didn't know. I thought I was killing it until I qualified for the stimulus. I've been getting a lot of credit card offers during the pandemic from companies that have so clearly not researched my financial status whatsoever or my spending habits. Like they'll try to bring you in with rewards, right? And they'll send me these things like, if you spend $3,000 on travel in the first 5 months, we'll give you $700. And I'm like, I'm never going to hit the thing to get the reward. I don't spend that much money. I don't spend on those things. Like it's not going to happen. Like what I need is a credit card that rewards you for when you buy, like, you know, that meat at the grocery store that needs to be today. You know what I mean? If there's a credit card that would reward us for that, I would be printing money, just printing it, you know? That's what I need. When I visit my mom, she doesn't live too far away. We get to go, she treats me to nice restaurants. And I've learned there's a trend in very high-end restaurants where they have this food item they make that's called a deconstructed item. It can be a deconstructed burger, deconstructed salad, whatever. And what it is it's a food item that they have not made yet, and it's very expensive. So, you know, like deconstructed salad, it's just like a head of lettuce they just pulled from the ground. It still has dirt on it, and it's $32. And that's what it is. I went to one place and I ordered the deconstructed Cobb salad, and they told me where the nearest Trader Joe's was, and they charged me $45 for that. So that's just the trend that these expensive restaurants are doing right now. I'm here with my husband quarantining like loose, and we have, you know, if you've been with someone for a while, you know that all of your conversations just devolve to yelling what across the house. That's just the whole conversation you have all day. The other day, my husband said something and I was like, what did you say? And he said, I can't hear you. And I was like, I was asking what you said. And he goes, what? And I said, never mind. And then he said, what? Oh my God, I can't.
Yeah.
We're still having this conversation. And then he had the balls to turn the sink on while I was talking, and I killed him. Got the place to myself now. I guess we're getting on each other's nerves a little bit. I wouldn't say my husband's dramatic, but I will say that he told me the sound of my chewing is going to give him an aneurysm. So that's the place that we're personally at. I've known the chewing thing has been an issue for a while. I actually learned it years ago when we got our dog, and we wanted to register we registered her to be an emotional support animal. So we had to sit down and decide which one of us was the least mentally stable, to fill out the application. And we had my husband fill it out. And there's a question on the application that asks, is there something that causes you extreme anxiety that you don't believe should cause you anxiety? And when my husband got to that question, he asked me to leave the room and give him privacy, which I did because I knew that I would just go dig up the paper and read what he wrote later. And when I found the paper, he had written down, when someone chews loudly, I feel like my brain is going to explode and bleed out of my ears. And I saw that and I was like, well, whoever this is about sounds like a nightmare. So I don't know. So I've tried to chew more quietly. We've had our differences when we first moved in together some years back, because he's like such a minimalist. My husband, when I met him, had like a couch and a mattress. And I love things. I mean, I love things. If you put me on like a Ross, Dress for Less, TJ Maxx, I'm there from like sun up to sundown. I'm obsessed with things. Okay. Like seriously, I put fake flowers in my cart first thing when I get there. I'm like, gotta make the cart look nice. I'm gonna be here for a while, I love things. So when we got married, I brought something home that I bought and he found it. He's like, Julia, what is this? Julia, this is too feminine. And I was like, it's a second chair. Just thought we could eat together, finally. I know that's kind of feminine, but it could be nice. We had some disputes over who buys like things for the home, because I finally realized my husband had never bought toilet paper in the 8-something years we've been together, never purchased toilet paper. So last time we ran out, I was like, that is it. I am not buying the toilet paper this time. I'm not fixing this. I am holding out. Okay. It turns out he can hold out longer. Boy, he can really hold out. I was leaving for a 4-day girls trip when we last ran out of toilet paper. So I'm like, this is perfect. I'm going to a hotel. I got all the toilet paper I need. He has to fix this while I'm gone. I come back from my trip. He has still not purchased toilet paper. I was like, it's been 4 days. Like what? And he goes, I just made do. And I never want to know what that means. I do not ever want to know. Let's see. I decided to stop putting an effort into my appearance in recent years. I'm just, I'm done. I put in hard time, For 25 years, I put in hard time, okay? With the eyeliner and the freaking waist trainers. And I'm just done. I don't want to do it anymore. But like, I do have a problem where when I meet new people, they don't know that I'm technically hot. So I just carry around a photo of myself from when I was 19 to just show to new people that I meet. I'm like, there you go. There you can see just so you know. But I just feel like I put in my time and now I've earned tenure and I should just be able to coast on my appearance, Decorum really falls off in married life with the appearance. Yesterday I said to my husband, I was like, I wish I had some reason to put myself together. And he was like, how about that you're married? And I was like, please be serious. Okay. Take this conversation. I mean, the way that we dress around the house, like I'm over here wearing like jean jackets over robes, like all day, just whatever, just freaking, I have a shower cap that has polka dots and a bedazzled bow. I'm a big fan of that. I'll wear that if I'm not showering even. Doesn't matter. I was out with my friend and we saw this woman at like a drugstore and she looked like she was wearing all of a Goodwill thrift store. And my friend goes, she's never going to meet a man dressed like that. And I went, oh, she's dressed like that because somebody already loves her deeply. Okay. Like that woman's in a committed relationship. As I said, we've been together for many years. My husband kind of doesn't care about sex anymore. Sex eventually just becomes this task that you have to do to maintain intimacy. Those are my husband's words. I asked him if we could have sex tomorrow, and he said, "Can't we just have a nice day?" I'm an idiot. Okay, I'll get out of here in a second. A lot of people try to always diagnose, like, why do couples have less sex as the years go on? And I can tell you, you need to be in a good mood to have sex. And it's like hard to be in a good mood the longer you're alive. I once said to my husband in bed, "Quick, let's bang before the sadness comes back." This joke is very old, but I feel like that line has picked up steam during the pandemic. I think a lot of people are trying to bang before the sadness comes back. I'll say this one thing, and then I will get out of here. We had a pregnancy scare, and of course, there he is standing there in the background. He knows what happened, and he asked, like, "Have you been taking your pill on time? Have you been taking your pill on time every day?" And I was like, "What does that have to do with anything?" No, I do. I take it on time every day, but it is, as a woman, it's like a lot of pressure. If you take the pill to prevent pregnancy, everything is on you. They're trying to remedy this by making a male birth control pill right now. That's a terrible idea. I don't think men, are you guys gonna take your little pill on time every day? Are you guys gonna be out drinking with your boys and be like, "Oh, sorry, gotta take my pill"? No. They're not going to take their damn. I feel like 2 months after they release this pill, you're going to turn on the news and it's going to be like, in breaking news, every woman in the world is pregnant. Yeah. That makes a lot of sense. You guys, thank you so much. I'm on Instagram at Canines and Coupons, and I put videos up and all kinds of fun things. So I hope to see you on there.
Yay! Thank you, Julia. Yay! You do. I will second that. You put a lot of fun shit up there, girl.
Thank you.
A lot of fun shit up there.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's a real hustle, that whole Instagram video thing.
Yes.
What?
It takes a lot of time.
Yeah, it's a lot of fucking effort and time goes into these little things.
Mm-hmm.
Crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It's fucking crazy. Just like pregnancy scares. Yeah. Pregnancy scares are a motherfucker. In my house, what? I have 2 kids under 7. It doesn't happen the way the calendar says. It's big shit in this house. It's fucking big shit. I'm reading shit on the moon. I'm looking up symptoms. I'm in my 40s. I'm still like, wait, let me look it up. We are good. We are good at 2. There's no reason for another. I don't even know what the next one would do or be like. I don't even know, because these 2 are nuts. But I love them. I love them with all my heart. And real quick, yeah, that's me at Home Goods. It fucking becomes something. I don't even know where I go with it. Like, I don't. And then it's like every aisle is so much, right? Like fucking washcloth aisle. All I wanted, I knew I can get a pack of like 12 for like $3.99, right? I'm gonna hit up Home Goods. No, there's like 25 fucking options. I don't know. I don't even know. I don't even fucking know. And you leave with like a cactus,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Hang on.
Oh, she got the cactus. And it was on fucking clearance, all right? I don't want to talk about it. All right, you guys. Give it up one more time for Miss Julia Austin. Thank you, my love.
Thank you.
All right, Gabe, are you ready, baby?
I think so.
Yes, he is.
Oh.
Guys, put your hands together for Miss Gabe Morales. Yay!
Hey everyone, what's going on? I used to love being able to go to Home Goods or Marshalls or any of those places. Like they used to actually be my hangout spot because I don't really hang out with that many people. So I would just pretend like I had a bunch of friends that came to see me and fight over shit. But now I haven't really left my apartment. Like I haven't left my apartment in a year basically. Yeah, I'll get to that a little later because I wanted to talk about Tiger Woods first. Um, why are we supposed to feel bad about Tiger Woods? I don't quite get why we're supposed to feel bad about celebrities anymore. Like celebrities do shit like regular people, and we just happen to find out about it, and then we got to feel bad about them running off the side of the road. Like what? And then the whole thing is he was actually running late. Like if you know LA, he was in Palos Verdes and he was supposed to be in Malibu and he only had like 20 minutes to get there from where he was. And it sort of takes like about an hour to get to from where he was. So he almost had an accident in the parking lot of the hotel before he left.
Oh
like
shit.
Yeah, like
I didn't read the story.
Huh?
I didn't read the story, so I'm finding out.
No, like I have a lot of time on my hands, so I've turned into like an investigative journalist. So, so apparently they were filming Grownish at the same hotel, and he almost drove into the director's car.
Oh my gosh.
And then they were unloading stuff, and he couldn't get out of the hotel because of what they were unloading. And so then he just like finally was able to get out and like just raced out of the hotel. So he was speeding for a while. It wasn't just on the hill that he ran off the road. But that's my little Tiger Woods. Tiger Woods is not a good person. He accepted the Presidential Medal of Honor from like this really bad president. So I really don't feel bad for bad things that happen to questionable people. But I also have a lot of other stuff to talk about. I'm finally like 24 hours sober because I don't have anything else to do during the quarantine. I've decided to pick up a little bad habit again. And I feel like my bad habit is sort of the same way that Columbia professor says that he does heroin, like to counterbalance everything in life. So like I do drugs to counterbalance like the last year of my life. So, and I usually only get high when I'm like bored and then there's nothing to do. And so the last year has just really turned into a whole lot of that. And so I don't really care about like the self-destructive parts of my behavior, but when I start like affecting other people's behavior or other people's ability to live their life, then I have to change my behaviors. So I live in a really quiet building, and apparently I'm the loudest person in the building when I'm getting high because everybody's sleeping and everybody's still here during the day. And so now like I've affected like my neighbor's ability to sleep and to do things. So I'm 24 hours sober. I'm going to wait to get clean when I finally detox or go through this whole process of detoxing. But one of the things I realized was that I think I used drugs because of some unresolved childhood trauma. And while I was in the midst of this binge, I realized it's not time yet to address the childhood trauma. So I think maybe like, you know, I might need to lay off the drugs until they like reopen the world again, because like when you used to get high back pre-COVID, there was things to fucking do. Now like the only thing that I can do is like walk from my bathroom to my bedroom to the kitchen, and you know, that's just at 4 o'clock in the morning. Doing all of that just becomes really loud behavior for like a really small apartment. So yeah, that's me. And you know, yesterday when you were sending out the stuff for the show, Luz, I was like, fuck, how am I gonna do this show? Like I haven't written anything. I've like pretty much just been spending my time passing time. And I was like, I'm just gonna send Luz an email about some substance abuse issue I'm going through, and like sort of, and then I was like, I can't do that. Like, why am I gonna do that? Like Luz had me replace somebody who was dropping out of the show, and now I'm gonna fucking drop out of the show because of a substance abuse issue. Like what? And so then I was like, so I started jotting down shit. Like I've never written shit in the middle of a binge. And I don't recognize whatever I fucking wrote. Like it doesn't look like anything I've never actually written anything while high. So like I've never had to write like anything. The only thing that I did do like that was really, really productive during this binge was I filed my 2020 taxes. Because you got to do something productive to like counterbalance the getting high part. Like you have to do something like really productive to be like, yo, but at least I did my taxes. Like I was high for 2 days, but I did my taxes. So yeah, that's been my last few. That's sort of like the nutshell. Like last time I was here, I think like my biggest issue was I had made too much sourdough starter, and so like I've kind of progressed from sourdough starter to like back to using drugs. So what else did I want to talk about? There's something that's really been bothering me. Like a lot of things bother me. And in the last year, there's just so many more ways in which things sort of bother you. But I really get bothered by this term Latinx. Like I have no, I guess because I studied history a lot and I've seen that Black and African American people have had so many names given to them throughout history in this country that whenever I hear a new name for a group of people, I'm sort of like, nah. Like white people have only had one name all this time, but we always got to be fucking getting a new name every 4 or 5 years. And so when it first came up, I was like, this is really strange because this sounds like an English word. It doesn't sound like anything that would be used by the Latin American community. So of course, first of all, I'm not transphobic, so I'm not, don't like put up any guards yet because I'm not transphobic. I'm a queer man. So I'm not like, it's not about excluding trans folks. And I'm not about like, oh, forget about them. But the word was supposed to be created to include them. Like, and it's supposed to be because of the fact that the Spanish language has genders attached to it with O's and A's, and transgender folks didn't feel included in that, so they created Latinx or Latinx. I don't really know how to say it because I'm not. I mean, what the thing I've learned about myself is when I don't like something, I become an expert in it, and like I just become like, you know, like this fountain of information on it. And I'm just like, I need to stop hating things because I just become so fucking smart about them that I just like can tell like so many things about it. So it got started because of that. And then like people started using it, and like anytime they would use it, I would never see any trans folks like involved. Like people are like, oh, this is my Latinx family. And it's like a bunch of grandparents like that are not transgender. Like nobody's ever transgender or non-binary when they use this word. So I feel like the word needs to come with a numerical value now. Like if nobody's transgender or non-binary in whatever group you're trying to identify, it needs to have like a 0, like Latinx 0 attached to it. Because if you want to make up all these fucking words and numbers and names, let's just fucking be real about it. And like if there's no transgender people in that group, just say they're Latinx 0. So basically I think that there's a lot, if you've never spoken Spanish, there's a lot of ways in which because it's a gendered language, there's a lot of ways in which the gender barriers and the gender bending actually happens. But if you've never spoken the language, you just think it's a fixed thing where it's just masculine and feminine. And there's things that that can be masculine in one sense that become feminized in another sense. It's a language, so it works like human beings. There's like gender playing in it in itself. So I came to the conclusion during a binge that I would accept the term Latinx when the word America, which is gendered and has an A at the end of it, can come up with America, drop the A and add an X to it at the end. So that's my time. I thank you for coming out. Thank you, Luz. Thank you, Julia. Great to see you, Chanel. And have a great show.
Yay, Yay, Mr. K. Morales.
Woo!
Thank you for coming out and doing this, babe.
No, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, I know. It's like you have no idea how to respond to a pandemic, right? I don't know. There's days I'm my best self, and there's days I'm a living nightmare, and then there's days I'm in the middle, you know?
Yep.
And I look in the mirror and I'm like, okay. This is today, you know. I don't know how long to try this for, but this is today, you know.
Yeah.
It's a lot. This is a lot. It's a lot. And you know what? I got to say it's true. With being under the influence and being in a pandemic, like things do come up. They do. Like, I know with me, it's like it's been my dad. Like, I'll watch something and all of a sudden I get this floodgate of memories and now I'm crying and I'm just like, what is this? Like, what's happening here? Like, I'm fucking breaking down. I'm crying. But it also feels really good and you're like, okay.
Right.
And now I'm crying about my dad for 45 minutes out of fucking nowhere, you know? Oh God, so good. And you know, I do that too. I more make shit up when I don't agree with something. You were talking like I'll make shit up. I'll make facts up. I'll be like, well, you know what? This is what I read. I guess I'm talking about my husband, right? Like I'll be like, well, no. Like according to fucking People magazine, you know, like these are the fucking facts, and like fucking a million people liked it. So I think it's the way to fucking go. We're getting people's fucking attention.
Right.
All right, you guys. It's time to bring in your headliner, because that's what she is. I love this next lady coming to the stage. You guys, put your hands together for Miss Chanel Ali.
Woo! Hey guys! I really like waving virtually, so if you feel like waving back at me, I promise I can feel it. Oh my goodness, thank you guys so much for tuning in. Can you believe this is what comedy has become? Now my friends have to come up with wild excuses for why they're not going to make it to my show. I swear to God, my aunt said she was going to come to this show tonight. 10 minutes ago, she texted me and said, I'm not going to make it. I can't her. And then that's it. She just said, I can't find my charger, and now I have to go try and do my dreams. Thank you guys so much for being here. I tell you what, pre-pandemic, my therapist told me that he thought I was drinking so much because of peer pressure. He's like, you're out of comedy clubs, everybody else is drinking, that's why you're drinking. Well, after a year of quarantine alone, I can tell you, I'll bully my own damn self. You know, I need help. I don't need nobody else's assistance. I can order wine online. You know, I got promo codes. Like, the problem is rooted. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I tell you what, this pandemic has been really hard for weed smokers. Specifically, it's been hard because now every time we leave the house, we got to remember more things. Way more things than before. I went to the store earlier today. Y'all would have been proud. I had a mask, a backup mask, gloves, wipes, got all my food up to the counter, had no money. I didn't bring any. No form of payment whatsoever. Even worse after that, had to individually clean each food item and put it back. Took a while. I got home from the store. I had no food, but it also spent no money. Maybe at the end of this pandemic, I'll be thin and rich. Am I right? Am I right? Gotta take these wins when you can, people. The world is changing. They're tearing down statues all across the country. I think all these statues coming down are missed opportunities for us to put up statues that bring us together. You know? I'm from Philly. Here's some Philadelphia statues that I'd like to see. 1, a 7-foot cheesesteak. I'd like to see it. Toast that bread. Let's come together. 2, Richard Gere. Yeah, old kind eyes. That silver fox. You didn't know he's from Philly. He is. He had a non-controversial film career. He likes to rock a slick back, which I know is easy to do in statues. The Philadelphia 76er, Allen Iverson. Yeah, Allen Iverson holding a cheesesteak, because he alone I don't think is good enough. Philadelphia celebrities don't have very good interviews. If you don't believe me, when the show's over, just Google Meek Mill's talking. You'll hate it. Really not good. I feel comfortable with you guys. I want to let you know that I'm biracial. I'm a biracial person, which is funny to me every time I say it, because I feel pretty black. You know? Black every day when I wake up and leave my house. But growing up, I didn't know I was biracial. Had no idea I was biracial until I was in junior high. A girl ran up to me at school very out of breath. She was like, Chanel, I saw you last night at Target with this old white lady, and she was buying you a bra. What is going on? And I was like, whoa, Chelsea, that don't even sound like me, you know? I was worried about my 13-year-old reputation. Then I thought about it, and I was like, oh, I was at Target last night, but I was there with my grandmother, and she's not. So then I went home, and I walked up to my grandmother bold as brass that day. I pointed in her face, and I said, hey, are you white? Because my friend at school looked at you, and she saw a white lady, and now I'm looking at you, and I'm starting to see a white lady, too. Said, yes, of course I'm white. What did you think I was? And I said, I never thought about it before. I knew that I was black because of BET. So I just assumed by association my grandmother was probably black too. She's like, yeah, I know she wasn't very dark skinned, and she liked to eat salad a little too much, but we all got our shit. Who was I to judge? She said, no, I'm 100% Italian, which means you are part Italian. My grandmother told me that her parents came to this country from Italy. She pulled out a picture frame, showed me 2 very nice looking white people. I said, holy shit, my whole life, I thought that was a brand new frame. And you just been waiting to fill it. Everything is a lie. Like, yeah, I thought my grandmother was lazy. I didn't know she was white. I didn't know that. Yeah. And sometimes when I tell that joke, people don't believe me. They're like, how could you have been 13 and not known that your grandmother was white? Well, I'll tell you this. My grandmother had 3 oil paintings on her wall. 1 was a painting of Malcolm X. 1 was a painting of Martin Luther King Jr. And 1 was a painting of a black Jesus spread on the cross. Very sexy and Caribbean. I don't know how she found a Jamaican black Jesus, but it affected me. I'm dating and now, goddammit. It's very difficult to date as a comedian. It's hard to do it, especially being a woman. Because men, they get insecure. They get in their heads about it. Like, she's a comedian. What if I mess up? Sex is whack. She'll go on Facebook Live, tell 14 people. Not again, you know? That's the thing. They think I'll come in here and joke about it, which is very abstract to me, because that would require all of us to exist in a world where having whack sex is kind of funny to me. That shit is not funny to me. I'm very busy. I get it. I'm a comedian. I'm a silly lady, but I am not out here fucking for punchlines. And what is the timeline on that whack sex anyway? You know, like how many minutes in before I'm like, this guy's getting hilarious. Somebody should give him the light. We'll wrap this up. I'll go to strangers about it online. I was living in New York. I had to get out of New York because I'm one of those people that carries an inhaler every day. Some people like to call it asthmatic. I like to call it gangsta. I take thug puffs, if you will. But I had to get out of New York because in Brooklyn, the hipsters weren't really taking coronavirus seriously. I would look out the window, see people at parks holding hands, acting like they were in love. It was sick. Man, it had me disgusted. It had me thinking about the government. It got me thinking about chemical warfare. Like, why don't we have a sophisticated nap bomb that we could throw in a crowded park and then boom, all these hipsters take a nap. We drive the individual bodies, scoop them up, drive them back home, tuck them in their beds, put a note on their chest, says, don't fucking leave this house again. Why not? I'm just spitballing. Here's another scenario. We drop a nap bomb. Boom. All these hipsters nap. We drive around to the individual bodies. We tie their shoes together. We leave. All right. Intuitively, I can feel I lost some of y'all in that second. That's all right. Y'all are just taxpaying citizens. You care about your tax dollars, you know. I miss traveling and telling jokes. I miss it. My favorite time to tell jokes is when I get paid. That's my favorite time to do it. When I spend money that I made on comedy, you cannot tell me shit. I'm ignorant. I walk into a store, I walk right up to the counter. Bam. Give me all the egg rolls. Oh, no. Don't worry. I made this money with my mind. I'm going to go smoke some weed, do it all over again. Right before the pandemic, I got to go joke in Portland, Oregon. Very cheap weed there. Suspiciously cheap, I'd say. Not really sure they're turning a profit. I met a fancy barista when I was there. Told him I was a comedian. He said, oh, my God. My wife loves comedy. I'm going to take her to your show. And later on that night, he did. They Googled me. They bought tickets, came to my show. They're great audience members. Come on. That is so nice, right? Kind of weird, right? After they bought me a couple drinks, I was like, oh, what's up? You guys trying to fuck me? Or like, what is this? They were like, no, we like to support strangers. I was like, you guys are fucking freaks. That's great. Wow. But it made me realize that's just the New York City in me. That's how New York City has made me. Because if I'm here in the city and I meet a barista and tell them I'm a comedian, they are always like, yeah, me too, bitch. Yeah. I'm 5 years in. What you want to drink, ho? And then I got to take a step back. Like, Stacey, baby, I thought we was cool. She's like, stop coming in during my shift. About her, you know? I'll tell you guys this last thing before I get out of here. I've been keeping it very chill in my household, watching a lot of natural disaster movies. Because in Black households, those are repurposed, and we just call them white people crazy movies. You know the ones I'm talking? I'm talking Dante's Peak. I'm talking all the movies with sharks. I'm talking Twister. You guys remember Twister?
Yeah.
It stars a young Helen Hunt. Very suspicious. How they both don't add up to me. The movie opens on Helen Hunt, trapped in a basement. Tornado comes down, takes her dad away. Does he die? We don't know. Maybe he moves out of Oklahoma, starts a tech company. We don't know. All we know is that the final moments of his life are spent trying to relatch that cellar door. We see the cellar door is only latched with one of those slidey metal bathroom stall locks. That's all he had. That's all he had to protect his family from tornadoes. Of course, he didn't come back. And then Helen Hunt, she grows up. She becomes an adult, and she's like, I'm going to avenge my father. I'm gonna find the tornado that did it, and I'm gonna stab it. How did all the tornadoes work? But in this movie, she's like a tornado scientist. She's got a 401k. It's ridiculous. So they trace the tornado. They find out it's heading toward Helen Hunt's aunt's house, and that's personal for her. It's that. This must be the tornado that killed my daddy. Now it's going after my auntie. They race over to the auntie's house to try to save her. The auntie is a G. She sat on the porch eating pancakes with her bare hands. She like, I'm out here. Y'all need to calm down. So they listen to her. They take a night off. They go to the drive-in movie theater because I guess that's fun in Oklahoma. They get to the drive-in movie theater, and guess what happens? A tornado comes to the movie theater. Like the tornado intercepted the group chat. And it just showed up. Like, what y'all doing? Ain't nobody tell me we was taking the night off. Did nobody tell me that? That's just me being a tornado. You guys have been online, I would say. I am Chanel Ali. Thank you so much.
There you go. Chanel Ali, you guys. Holy shit. That was like a bottle of pills. Thank you, Chanel. That was good. Oh, God. I fall into the boat of, oh, man, kid flashbacks. So I was born in Bogota, Colombia. I'm half Colombian, half Native Indian, adopted by 2 Eastern European Jews, and I grew up in Staten Island, New York. So I was like 8 or 9 years old when my mother turned around to me, and yeah, she was like, listen to me. You're Hispanic and Native Indian, and you're adopted. What? It was so 50-50 because it was like, what? Aren't you? Like, yeah, like, aren't you? Aren't we all?
Yeah.
Wait a minute. I'm alone in this? And then I learned I lived in Staten Island, and I was like, oh, I am alone in this. Shit. And yeah, there's nothing like fucking New York City humor. Oh man, yeah. I love that. I miss that. Like walking into a deli and asking for something. If they don't have it, they're like, go fucking somewhere else. Who gives a fuck? Not like that in Northern New York. They're like, what do you need? How can I help you? And I'm like, what's wrong with you? Why do you want to help me? Why are you a people pleaser? What's wrong with you? I'm a really aggressive one out here. Oh man, you guys, this was so good. I thank you so much for doing this. Thank you so much. Thank you to everyone that tuned in. You know, it was my first time by myself, and you know what? I think I did a pretty fucking good job. All right, there's a lot of fucking things to touch and bring in, but we fucking did it. Thank you guys. Thank you so much, Julia. Thank you, Gabe. Thank you, Chanel. Thank you guys.
Thank you.
Hot-Headed Comedy is back. We're back next month with our next dose of Talk It Out Tuesday. So tune in. I ask silly questions and we have fun. All right, you guys. Stay safe. Stay sane. Stay motherfucking sanitized, you guys. And wear your goddamn mask. Wear your fucking mask. All right, you guys.